Not really. I don't miss it too much.
How are things back home in Mississippi?
Good. You know, we were hit by a tornado a couple months ago, and fortunately, no one was killed, but suffered a lot of damage. My place in particular was fine, but our high school and Southern Miss both were hit pretty hard. So it's like any place that's had devastation. It's slow going, but it'll be back.
Tight-knit community.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's not going to happen overnight, so.
Brett, do you miss playing the game? Are you having any trouble with the fact that you don't play?
You know, I haven't missed it a bit. I think the things that I had heard from players who had retired, even coaches who had walked away, is you miss the fellowship with the guys. And some guys miss playing. I guess I had played enough to not have to worry about that anymore. I finally, my last year, I can remember being hit and thinking, I didn't like that. and it took 300 and some odd games. You know, people say, well, I bet you're tired of not getting hit and all those things. For 19 years, it really didn't bother me. The 20th year, I just kind of thought, you know, it doesn't feel good. So I don't miss that. I feel a lot better when I wake up in the morning.
Defensively, there was a guy named Jim Marshall who showed longevity for games started. You having done that offensively, how do you feel about that now, as far as what you're able to do in your career?
I would say that's probably the thing that I'm most impressed with. None of the other awards, achievements, trophies, whatever you want, none of those come unless you play, and play consistently, whether that's every game or, you know, a fair amount and for a long time. So, you know, and the thing that I always tell people is that I played long enough and consistent enough that they didn't bench me. You know, you figure you go in a slump long enough, they got to make a change. Now, that's not to say that there wasn't times where coaches questioned me, but I was able to play at a high enough level consistently for a long time. That's probably what I'm most proud of.
Do you think any of today's quarterbacks can take a run at your record for game starting?
Can. I don't question the toughness of. I think toughness is a big part of it, but I think luck is just as big an ingredient. You can get hurt on the field, off the field, get a bender going to, you know, practice, whatever. You can come down with the flu, you name it. For that long period of time, you have to be lucky. You have to be, I think, stubborn, hard-headed, not too bright at times to try and play with a broken thumb when you throw in hand. You know, but you know, I was always willing to take that chance. And I think there are plenty of quarterbacks who can do that. Will they? I have no idea.
I don't know how much you're keeping track of the league, but around here, Tony just got paid, and there's a lot of fans who aren't that happy about it. His love for how you played the game is well known, and there's a lot of people's opinions that it's gunslinger mentality that you were known to have as well has been more his undoing than not. And he got a lot of money, and he's only won one playoff game. That's all anybody really can focus on. Have you kept up with that? Do you have any opinions on him?
I did hear. Couldn't tell you exactly what he got.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter one way or the other. I think Tony is a very good quarterback. I've always felt like it's misleading to say that a quarterback has 150 wins. I think the team, you know, coach, in my opinion, can have that label, wins and losses. He leads the team. A quarterback, yeah, he's, you know, why not say the middle linebacker or free safety has wins and losses as well, because one guy has to quarterback the defense. Technically, obviously, the quarterback is you know, the leader of the offense. But you know, it's a team. It's a team sport, the ultimate team sport, and I think it's misleading to say that a quarterback has wins and losses, and you say he has one. He was a part of one playoff victory. I think there's a lot of factors that go into the success of not only Tony Romo, but any player. And just what little bit I've watched the last couple of years, seems like they were a little bit in disarray offensively, and I thought he did a good job for what I saw of managing and making plays. Does that get you in trouble sometimes trying to do too much? Sure it does. But I think I'd rather have a guy who is willing to take those chances. And I think if things are going okay offensively or from a team, and this is just generally speaking, who can manage a game when you don't have to take too many risks, then you're fine. But if it's like, hey, we're not going to win unless you take some chances, then he's the guy.